here we have a 2001 Centenary Federation. We check on these coins for a rotation error, so we hold them, and this is a good opportunity to have a look at the kind of knowledge that you need to know when you are looking for a rotation error. So let's stop and do a little bit of schooling. Now, a rotation error is when a coin is not aligned from the front to the back. So I'll take one of the other mob of roos, and the way that we look at a coin, this is the reverse and that is the obverse. That's what we call the front of the coin, and the coin's head should be straight up and down. And if we rotate the coin on its axis north-south, we get what we call medal orientation. If we rotate a coin on its axis east-west, we get what's called coin orientation. So when we look at a coin from a country like the United States of America, this is also in my mail call a little while ago, axis, when I say east-west, east-west running along the coin, if we rotate it on that axis, we see that it's straight up and down on that side. But if we rotate it north-south, which is up and down, when we rotate it, it's upside down. So Australian coins, we grab it at the top and the bottom and we rotate it on the north-south axis, and it's should be straight up and down. And so then when the two dies come together, top and bottom, and they're not quite aligned, we can sometimes have a rotation error. So this is a coin that I've found before. It's got a slight rotation in it, so that when we spin it, we can see that that line there is the usual way. That one is up and down. That's the usual way it should be. But in this instance, I've put a line the same way on the front is aligned, but it's slightly tilted to the right, where it should be like that. It's very hard to see. Sometimes they're a lot better. Anyway, so that's how we sort of tell. But here I have a flip. You can't do that on the fly every time. But one good way to do it is to use a rubber band. If you can't use a flip all the time, you can't waste your money on a flip. So I've got a rubber band here. It's in pink, and you use that as a guide of an up and down. So we have that. We give it a bit of tension so that it's quite tight, and then we flip it to the side, and we can see whether or not it has a rotation. You can use a thinner rubber band. That might have helped. But that's another way to do it on the fly. If you've got a rubber band, rather than waiting to put it into a flip, just to find if that rotation is there. So the Centenary Federation, and one of my commenters asked me if there was an easier way than putting it into a flip every single time to figure out if it's a rotation. You can use that. If you're not confident in your ability to hold it top and bottom with your fingers and turn it, and we'll do this. Yep, so that's correct. There's no extra rotation on that. If we had turned it 90 degrees and we had flipped it like that, and you'd see the queen's head pointing up or the queen's head pointing down, then we definitely know it would be a rotation error. But that's what we look for in the Centenary Federation, and that's a relatively easy way, inexpensive as well, because you don't need to waste a flip on it. You can just use your little rubber band trick to make sure it's up and down. You really only want one that has a significant rotation if you're going to make it more valuable. That 1999 coin that I have flipped there with a slight 1 AM rotation, so it might be worth a little bit more than face value. The quality and condition of the coin is going to be determined upon that, but also how far the queen's head has rotated would be, a more desirable rotation would be that way, and that would be the ultimate